turns them into furniture placed in a pseudo-apartment within itself. It was discovered in Portugal. The object is a tumorous, fleshy growth measuring 60 meters cubed in volume. Its outer surface is covered in tentacles. It is not entirely composed of biological material, as there is an iron hatch valve that, when opened, leads to the object's interior, which resembles an apartment. Despite there being no visible window from the outside, one is seen from the inside. The furniture is made of human parts, including bone and hair. The furniture includes 2 lamps, a throw rug, a television, radio, beanbag chair, 3 books, 4 children's toys, and a potted plant. The object class is Euclid. Euclid class objects are anomalies that are either insufficiently understood or unpredictable, meaning that reliable containment is not always possible. Special containment procedures for the living room are as follows. The object is to remain connected to a suitable power supply at all times to keep it in what appears to be a recharging mode. In case of electrical outage, the emergency barrier will be closed and the immediate area evacuated until the object is returned to recharging mode. The containment area is to be kept at negative air pressure at all times. In close proximity to the object, your perception may be dulled, skewed, or influenced by SCP-002. Following contact with the object, staff will be escorted at least 5 kilometers away to undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. To date, the object has been responsible for the disappearances of 7 personnel. During its time at the facility, it has further furnished itself with 2 lamps, a throw rug, a television, radio, beanbag chair, 3 books in an unknown language, 4 children's toys, and a small potted plant. Whatever process the object uses to convert organic matter into furnishings is facilitated by the contact of living humans. The object was discovered in a small crater in northern Portugal, where it struck the Earth from orbit. Encased in a shell of thick rock, the fleshy exterior of the object was exposed by impact. A native farmer happened upon the site and reported his findings to the village elder. A collection squad of SCP personnel, led by General Mulhausen, was immediately dispatched to the area, where they secured the subject sent into the structure subsequently disappeared. Upon discovering this deadly property, General Mulhausen issued a termination order of any witnesses, which was around a third of the village, to ensure no outside knowledge of the object, and then transported it to an SCP facility. During preparation for transport, 4 SCP security personnel were drawn inside the object, where they immediately disappeared. During transportation, further events occurred which resulted in the termination of Captain Mulhausen. Mulhausen was tasked with the recovery of SCP-002. However, after becoming compromised, he was killed by his employers. When humans enter SCP-002, the door closes behind them and the object absorbs them. It does not absorb other animals or deceased humans. It is unknown what method it uses to absorb humans, but it is extremely efficient and effective. When in a recharging state, SCP-002 also utilizes a cognito hazard within its vicinity, lulling humans into its interior in order to absorb them. This is done by perceiving itself to be the prey's house, luring them inside to be consumed. When fully charged, the object grows larger and more powerful, where merely perceiving its presence is enough to fall into its trap. It can also move on its own, as well as turn prey to convince other humans to be consumed. Humans with a traumatic home life, or who perceive something else as their home, as well as a strong willpower, can break free of these effects. When hooked to electricity, the object shrinks considerably and enters a recharging state. must not fall below 35 degrees Celsius. In the event of power failure, assigned personnel must coddle it skin to skin. If the temperature falls below 35 degrees, the motherboard will begin to grow exponentially in size, first transforming inorganic material into biological material to fuel its growth. The first stage is always the same. It will first increase its mass, then take a form similar in shape to a brittle star of 15 meters in diameter. It will form sensory organs that appear to scan its surrounding environment and will partially convert the area around it into an unidentified anomalous substance. The stone tablet seems immune from this conversion. The second stage occurs when SCP-003 comes into contact with living organic material. It appears to transform itself into a copy of the organic material, and then will attempt communication with organisms of that same species. It was reported that at one time, SCP-003 surpassed previous levels of development and became a humanoid being of some sort. It did not understand humanity, but said it wanted to bring paradise. In the event, the motherboard had entered its growth state. After 10 minutes, it quadrupled in size and formed a coherent outer shell and body. The motherboard then breached containment, entering the observation gallery where 9 personnel were present. Upon physical contact with the team members, the motherboard encompassed them in appendages and stopped its growth for 15 minutes. It then resumed growth and rearranged its component parts into the shape of a 3-meter tall female humanoid with peripheral tentacles extruding from its hair and spine. The object then produced vocals in an attempt to communicate with researchers. An unknown individual approached the area with a squad of agents. They claimed to be acting on orders by an O5 council member and attempted communication with SCP-003. Following this incident, personnel successfully restored power and activated backup generators to return the temperature. The motherboard returned to its normal state after 20 minutes and was successfully recontained without incident. All 9 personnel affected were afterwards found to be unharmed, besides psychological trauma. SCP-004, the 12 rusty keys and the door. The object class is Euclid. SCP-004 consists of a large wooden door on the side of an abandoned factory dismemberment upon entering. The object was discovered in 1949. A group of 3 juveniles trespassing on federal property found the door. According to their testimony, they found a set of rusted keys in an iron lockbox and determined what door the keys unlocked. The juveniles were taken into custody after they contacted the sheriff when one of them went missing. Local authorities found the severed right hand of the missing boy 8 kilometers away. Other parts of his body were found scattered as far as 32 kilometers from the factory. Under interrogation, the other 2 juveniles told authorities that upon opening the door with one of the keys, the boy was torn into several pieces, each of which disappeared. At this point, the SCP Foundation took over the investigation. The juveniles and the sheriff were terminated. SCP agents obtained the keys from the local authorities and began testing. Tests show that all 12 keys fit into a single lock on the door. 12 Class D personnel were chosen to test the effects of the door. Of the 12 test subjects who each tried a different key to enter, only 2 survived. The other 10 keys caused the test subjects to be torn apart in multiple directions. Of the 2 surviving subjects, only one returned unharmed. The other came back in an unresponsive state, able only to remove himself from the room and then collapse on the floor. He had to be restrained to prevent him from gouging out his eyes. The unharmed subject said that he entered a large room that was too big for the size of the building. After he exited, the door was propped open and a level 3 squad entered, confirming the size of the room was impossible to measure. The door frame was the only part of the room that can be felt or illuminated. The key which caused an unresponsive state in the subject was tested on a further 15 subjects, who all came out unable to speak. 4 have survived, and only 1 has regained speech after long-term psychotherapy. He told the psychiatrist that he saw a massive green creature so large that much of its body extended beyond his field of view. He felt an innate fear and sudden recognition, as if it was something buried deep in his primal fears. He received incomprehensible memories, as well as acute amnesia. SCP-004 seems to cause space-time anomalies. Personnel leaving the facility report losing time. Those who have been in for weeks insist they had only been in for several days. Records of work completed and supplies consumed support their claims. Testing shows that 10 of the keys open the door on a dimension where the laws of physics and topology are significant The third point appears years in the future. The other 7 locations are currently unknown. SCP-005 Skeleton Key. SCP-005 resembles an ornate key, displaying the characteristics of a regular key used in the 1920s. The key was discovered when a civilian used it to infiltrate a high-security facility. The key has the unique ability to open any and all forms of lock, whether mechanical or digital. Although experiments have shown that by disguising or concealing the lock, researchers were sometimes able to defeat SCP-005's ability. In about half of the cases where a volunteer was not able to identify a lock, SCP-005 was also not successful in unlocking the device. Due to these results, the object has for now been classified as sentient and safe. It poses no immediate risk. Access to the containment area is restricted. However, the object may be used as a replacement for lost security passes under the supervision of at least 1 Level 4 personnel. The object may not be used for vending machine repairs, opening lockers, or for any personnel's spare home key. Removal of the object from the compound will result in immediate termination. SCP-006 Fountain of Youth. SCP-006 is a small spring located 60 kilometers west of Astrakhan, Russia. The Foundation was aware of its existence since the 19th century, but was unable to secure it until 1991 due to political reasons. On the spot of the spring, a chemical factory has been constructed as a disguise, with most of the laborers under Foundation and all Russian control. The liquid emitted from the spring has been chemically identified as mineral water, but it has unusual properties. Ingesting the liquid produces the following properties in humans: the ability to regenerate DNA damaged by duplication, heightened cellular duplication, vastly improved abilities in repairing damaged tissue, and a major increase of immune system effectiveness. When testing the liquid on animal subjects, hostile bacteria and viral agents were destroyed immediately. Many reptiles and birds were unaffected, while higher primates experienced the same benefits as humans. The object class is safe. SCP-006 does not require extensive containment. However, a certain level of secrecy is maintained. The following procedures are in place to hide knowledge of the object's effects from personnel. All personnel interacting with SCP-006 in must wear chemical suits. All procedures are carried out under extreme surveillance. In case of contact with the object, personnel have been told that there is high toxicity and they must evacuate. Any procedure in which liquid is acquired from the spring must be approved by 305 personnel. The liquid will be transferred under armed guard. If any personnel comes into contact with SCP-006 or its liquid, they are to be confined and terminated after sufficient studies are done. The most effective termination method is incineration. SCP-007 Abdominal Planet. SCP-007 is located within a cavity in the abdomen of a person, referred to here as subject. Subject is a Caucasian male, 176 centimeters tall, and claims to be 28 years old. Most of subject's abdomen, the muscles, skin, and organs are absent. The subject does not appear to suffer because of this. Instead of normal flesh, a sphere composed of soil and water is present. Instead of normal flesh, a sphere composed of soil and water is present, although it does not come into contact with subject's body at any point. The sphere appears to be, in most respects, a miniature duplicate of the Earth, approximately 60 centimeters in diameter. However, the continental positions are not consistent with Earth's current or historical geography. The sphere has its own weather patterns and negligible gravitational pull, in addition to microscopic organisms, somewhat resembling those of modern-day Earth inhabiting it. 2 intelligent species have been observed on the planet. Their contact and communication has not yet been made. Technology levels of these species appear to be approximately equal to 15th century Earth. Subject claims to have a name, which is redacted, but no records of such a person can be found. Subject does not require food or water. He is intelligent and amiable, and regards the planet in his abdomen as just a minor curiosity about his body. Subject seems to experience no stress about his unusual condition. When questioned about the planet's origins, Subject replied, "I just woke up one day and there it was. I don't have any idea how it got there." Subject has provided a social security number and driver's license, and requested that they be checked. But when checked, it was discovered that neither had yet been allocated. An assigned doctor has a weekly chess game with Subject, during which Subject's mental health is evaluated. The doctor reports that Subject does not seem to mind the restricted living condition and has yet to attempt escape or show signs of violence or mental illness. stored. A prion is a misfolded protein and can transmit its misfolded shape onto normal variants of the same protein. Prions cause several transmissible and fatal neurodegenerative diseases in humans and other animals. Research into the object is highly classified and aimed at preventing the production of it in the distant future. SCP-008 is 100% infectious and lethal. It is transmitted through exposed mucous membranes and all bodily fluids, but is not airborne or waterborne. Symptoms begin less than 3 hours after exposure and include flu-like symptoms with high fever. Subjects will go into a coma around 20 hours after the first symptoms appear. Cellular necrosis occurs, resembling gangrene. Red blood cells greatly increase oxygen storage capacity, resulting in increased muscle endurance and strength. High blood viscosity results in little blood loss from gunshot, puncture, and slashing injuries. The nervous system is unaffected by total organ failure. Metabolism decreases to extremely low levels, allowing the infected to survive for over 10 years without nutrition. Motor controls and cognitive function are damaged. Animals experience excessive brain necrosis and are inactive. Subjects are limited to basic physical activities, including standing, walking, biting, grabbing, and crawling. Subjects will energetically move towards sights, sounds, and smells of living humans. They will attempt to ingest living humans if physical contact is made. To neutralize fully infected subjects, significant trauma to the head is required. There is evidence to suggest SCP-008 did not form naturally on Earth, since variants of similar complexity would have ruined much of the ecosystem. The object class is Euclid. SCP-008 samples have been deemed as extreme biological hazards. The quarantine period for personnel leaving the facility is 4 months. If a breach has occurred, incineration and irradiation measures will be deployed. Sites will not have an evacuation procedure. SCP-009 Red Ice. SCP-009 is a substance which resembles distilled water, except it has a distinct bright red color. Unlike regular water, SCP-009 assumes a liquid phase at temperatures between -100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, and a solid state above 0. At temperatures below -100, the object vaporizes into a gas creatures with alternate physical laws. The most hazardous property of SCP-009 is its ability to contaminate normal water. When in contact with any liquid, the object will transfer its anomalous properties to other objects and creatures. Testing has shown it's capable of affecting ice, steam, tea, fruit juice, seawater, and blood. Experiments on D-class personnel have shown the process of conversion by the substance. In the initial exposure, there are no unusual symptoms except for a slight warm sensation. Frost then begins to form on the exposed area. The exponential increase in temperature of SCP-009 causes a reaction throughout the subject's body. Blood loss is minimal due to ice crystals forming, allowing subjects to remain alive and conscious for several hours. The object class is Euclid. It is to be contained within a sealed, heat-resistant storage tank. SCP-009 should not be exposed to temperatures over 0 degrees Celsius unless undergoing testing. Chamber temperature must be monitored at all times. If temperature in the containment area goes above -5 degrees, the chamber will be locked down and flooded with coolant until temperatures return to safe levels. Containment area will be kept in total vacuum during testing, and personnel interacting with SCP-009 must wear full protection gear. Following testing, all equipment, personnel, and other materials will undergo dehydration procedures and be quarantined for at least 12 hours. Living organisms found to be contaminated will be terminated by chemical desiccation, and extracted molecules of SCP-009 will be added into containment. The object was discovered in Alaska. The Foundation became involved after reports were obtained from a native tribe who came across bodies of a team of seal object's native universe. SCP-010 Collars of Control. SCP-010 consists of a series of 6 identical cast iron collars with numbered metal tags and 1 remote control. The collars contain intricate electronic components and are powered by small 100-volt batteries which are rechargeable. The remote is a heavy black box resembling an old-style handheld radio transmitter receiver with a primitive blue and white cathode ray screen and a series of over 100 unlabeled buttons and a frequency tuner. By trial and error, the frequencies of all 6 collars have been found. A label in Russian is stamped into the metal, along with a logo. The logo depicts workers building a pyramid. No official Russian corporation or government agency uses this logo. Putting the collar around the neck of a person allows you to control their every movement with the remote. It is also capable of producing an adrenal response and activating or deactivating the sympathetic nervous system. The most abnormal feature of the collars is the effect they have on the body morphology. They allow the user of the remote to reconfigure the shape of the victim to an extent only limited by the knowledge of the programming language on the remote. The object class is safe. The objects are to be kept in numbered locked boxes at Site 19. They are not to be worn except by test subjects. SCP-010 was discovered in the basement of a lone man in the Midwestern United States after a local disappearance was connected to him. When the police raided the man's house, they found SCP-010 as well as several dead bodies. One of the bodies was identified to be the man. The others were several other missing persons. Cause of death seemed to be mass suicide. However, there were signs of significant struggle. One researcher commented, SCP-010 has been demonstrated to work more effectively in creating unskilled labor than for any other task. The logo is appropriate. That's the end of this video.